like some people might get fired. He don't know what's gonna happen, from the shootings to the gun that got in there that they kept trying to hide, to the rats, to the bugs. Like, for one, that place was not safe. Wanna hold you down, so wanna stand beside you. Don't hesitate to call whatever you need, I got you. And maybe you're stressing me. Hey y'all, it's Zariyah. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. If you're not, make sure you go ahead and like and comment. Cause what are you doing, baby? I'm gonna be doing this story time of when I worked at Six Flags. I don't even know where to start, so if it's like all over the place, I'm sorry. But I guess I'll start at the beginning, right? So when I started there, I started at 15. I was making $7.25, or was it $7.50? I think it was $7.25. And then there, the 15, when you was 15, you could only work a certain amount of hours a day. You could only work a certain amount of hours a week. You could only work on weekends, stuff like that. Which is understandable because you 15, you in school, stuff like that. But them checks is only $40 a week. $40, but like, it was my first job. I didn't really know. And then I was 15. It's not really many places you can get hired at 15. So it was a cool little job, you know? Fast forward, so at that, you got a team member, then you go to a specialist. What department that I worked in what it was, guest services. That's still a front area. So they got team members, specialist, job coach, supervisor, managerial, and so on and so on. I think it's silver tag. What is it called? Full-time silver tag, blah, 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 blah. My bad, y'all. I'm just gonna say the interesting parts. Like, would I recommend Six Flags to go work at? Yes, if you need the money or if it's like a first job. Would I recommend you being there for a long time? No, because once you're there for a long time, you really see how bad the place is or how much the place done. What is the word? Like, that place is falling apart, and like, I'm glad I left when I left. For starters, that place has so many bugs, spiders, rats, you name it, they had it. This one day, I felt something crawling on me and biting me, but like, I didn't see it, but like, I could feel it. So I went to ask the managerial that was there. I was like, can I go to first aid? I guess she thought I was playing or something, but like, I was so serious. I don't know why I didn't go. I should have just went, because who are you to tell me that I can't go? Like, it was much respect for that lady, but at the same time. So I ended up going to the doctor, and like, I was showing them and telling them, and like, as soon as I showed him, he was like, oh, it's Mike's where you work at. And I told him, he was like, yep. And like, y'all probably can't see it. Not to mention, I got sensitive skin, so like, that stuff was terrible. Like, I already got eczema. And like, this stuff, it itching so bad, but like, it was all over my body. He prescribed me this cream that I had to leave on my body while I went to sleep and then wash it off the next morning, and it was gone. But like, the stuff on my hands never went away. Mentally, that job was horrible, bro. Horrible. It was one point to where I was supposed to get promoted or whatever, because the way that they do it, it's like these two things you gotta do. I forgot the names. I forgot what it's called. But it was these two things you have to do, then boom, you get promoted. But I guess I was supposed to, they kept telling me, why you haven't got promoted? Why you haven't got promoted? Why haven't you promoted me? You know? But like I said, I was just there for the check, and I told them that all the time, I'm just here for the check. Because by that time, once you're 16, you get paid, what, 8 or 9? Something like that, $8 or $9 plus some change or whatever. So I ended up getting promoted after what took however long amount of time. There was a real thin line between job coach and supervisor. It really wasn't worth it, and that's where a lot of the mental stuff came in at. Like, they will fuck with your head. Like, they would mess with you, bro. Say they don't got nobody to do this, they ain't got nobody to do that. Oh, you the job coach, do it. You train them, okay, cool, you the job coach, okay, you supposed to train them. Not train them, but like, show them what to do. But it was to the point to where I was in certain areas and I was feeling like I was doing more than a supervisor. And then it got to the point to where, like, this was just recently, like, right before I quit. But I technically didn't quit. I kind of just left and never went back. They wasn't doing nothing. I kept bringing it to the managerial's attention. He would ignore it. It would go in one ear after the other. And then at one point, that air went out in that building that we was working in. Mind you, it was like a small building. I worked in the guest relations. If you've been to Six Flags over Texas, then you know. I worked in the guest relations building. The air was out the whole entire summer. They didn't fix that air to the same weekend. We was no longer on daily operation. Like, what? make it make sense. Like outside of Six Flags, even people in Six Flags, like, you could have reported them. Y'all could have been reporting them, and we could have. Like, the amount of stuff, we should not have been working in those conditions. We should not have been working in those conditions. Point blank, period. It was times where I would, like, I think it was like 2 times I cried up there, but it wasn't cry because, like, I'm sad because I didn't get promoted to, like, supervisor or whatever. I was sad because it was frustrating. Because, like, I'm the type of person, I'm not finna quit this job knowing I don't have another job to go to type stuff. Yeah, that was my situation, and it was, like, just so frustrating because people in there wasn't doing what they was doing. People up there, they're the type of people to, oh, I'm gonna quit so I can get promoted, and, like, that's what happened every single time. And I kept telling them, when I quit, I'm not doing that. When I quit, I'm quitting. Like, I'm not coming back. Don't offer me nothing because I'm gone. And then, like, the full time of that area, they kept telling me, they was like, yo, you the best person we got in this area, such when I was talking to her. So promote me. Even people, because, like, people from the Hurricane Harbor, the water park, they'll come, they was like, why you not promoted? Baby, I don't know, but I feel like they was taking advantage of me. And that's another reason why when I quit, I didn't say I quit, I just left. That place was ran by kids. There's no way I'm finna have respect for anybody that's the same age as me. I'm not finna be asking you, can I do this? I'm not finna ask you, can I do that? And, like, their big thing was, don't be on your phone, don't be on your phone. But they'll be on their phone, so I'm finna get on my phone. Don't tell me nothing because I'm not getting off of it. They swore up and down my attitude was bad. It's just like, once you get fed up, it's no more faking it. Like, once you fed up, and I was fed up. Or at least that's just how I am. Like, I was fed up with that whole entire place and everybody there. Like, the people up there was fake. They'll talk about each other and be right back like this. Like, again, the place was ran by kids, so what could you really expect from it, you know? Not to mention the shootings that was up there. Like, for one, that place was not safe. For two, that place was no longer a family park. Not to mention how many times people was getting stuck on roller coasters was breaking. And I worked in guest relations. When anything happened, they came straight to us. Like, they came straight to that building. If they wanted compensation, any of that, we was there. That's what we was there for, type stuff. It was day after day, we was dealing with that. One day this the rules, this what we can get them, this what we can do. The next day it was something totally different. It was just no middle ground. And, like, one time it was me and, like, 3 other people or 2 other people in guest relations. Of course, you go up the chain of command, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I don't work there, so I don't care no more. I still don't regret what I did, because at the end of the day, nothing was wrong with what I did, and I still don't see nothing wrong with how that went down. Mind you, we was working in the hot air. Information was not being passed along. Like, they'll tell us one thing, and it'll be something totally different, or one person to be taught one thing and it'll be something totally different. Information they wanted us, or they'll roll out something new and they wouldn't tell us it. So we brought it to our manager's attention, and I was telling him, like, such not doing their job, they're not doing what they're supposed to do. Like, in my head, I'm like, what are you here for if you're not here to do a job, you know? He ignored it. Okay, well, we gonna talk to, I'm not gonna say her name, but the full-time, the next person up. He told us to write a letter or whatever and give it to him. He'd give it to her. But we didn't do that because we felt like it was gonna go in one ear out the other, like everything else normally do type stuff. So we created, it was like, well, we all had, like, this little teams. We created a group chat and we put the full-time and then the other full-time over, but I think he was over her or something like that. And we was just like, we just want to talk, have a conversation. When we did that, it became this big thing. That started that same night. Like, it was less than 5 minutes. People was getting pulled out to get talked to, and the manager came back and he was like, some people might get fired. He don't know what's gonna happen. Blase, blase, blase. Which really, it wasn't that deep, and I kept telling them it's not that deep. Push come to sub, they can put it all on me, because yes, it was my idea. Well, not all of it. But to talk to them, yes, part of it was mainly my idea. And I was going to stand behind it either way. And, like, we was going to set up a meeting, but, like, some people, they have school or whatever, so they couldn't be there. So, but I was going to be there, and I was going to voice my opinion, because at this point, I'm getting fed up. And, like, no, I still don't regret it to this day. Nothing ever came out of it. Nothing ever came out of it. Like I said, it was going to go in one ear, out the other, and that's exactly what it did. What I thought, that's exactly what happened, like. And then, so when I quit, well, originally, I was looking for another job. Like, I kept telling them, once I quit, I'm gone. I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back. And, like, I stood on that. I stood on my word. I was not playing with them people. So, originally, I found another job. And, like, I was going to try to work both. And, like, I did that for, like, a week. But, like, my schedules just started, like, clashing. And like I had let him know that like I'm finna start another job, work with me on my schedule basically. But that's not what happened. I don't know, but like it wasn't working to where I could work both of them. So one day I texted him, I was like, I'm not coming back because there's no way I can look for somebody to take my spot when everybody got moved into the same building. Everybody's already in the same building. Like how can I find somebody to take my spot, you know? So I did that. We ended up working out this thing to where I could do like, I could work 1 day out of 3 weeks to stay active in a system or something like that. But like wholeheartedly, I was ready to give that. I was ready to give it up. Like I was done with it. The whole situation, the whole job. I was over it. Like at some point, you know, when something's just not for you anymore, and like it just was not for me. Like I was not happy at that place. That I always thought I had an attitude, but like it was more than that. It wasn't really an attitude. I just knew I was not supposed to be there no more. I just knew that I was not supposed to be there no more. And like I had found a job just in time. And so I ended up doing that and I quit or whatever. I'm gonna do the little 3 weeks thing. And I ended up going back one day. Something had happened. But like the whole day I was like, I'm finna put in my 2 weeks, I'm finna put in my 2 weeks. And like I was just being I was being childish. But like I was just like playing. I was asking, I was like, yes or no? Like, but it was like people I was cool. I was like, yes or no? But I didn't say yes or no about what. I was just like, yes or no? And everybody I asked that said yes. I was like, bro, it's God telling me that it's time. So I wrote up the paper or whatever. Somebody tried to throw it in the trash, but I was being so serious. They thought I was playing. I was so dead ass. One of the managers was like, but didn't I work blase out with the other manager? I was like, yeah, I did. But I really was ready to go. So I asked the supervisor that was there that day, like I was cool with her. I was like, can I go home? And she was like, no, you can either work without a break, so 6 hours, or you can stay up for a shift. And I wasn't doing either. And I was like, I'm not doing either. But like I didn't say it to be disrespectful, but I said it because I meant it. Like I was like, I'm not doing either one of them. And like she laughed. And I was like, I'm being, like in my head, I'm like, I'm so serious and she think I'm playing. Well, I did exactly that. And I left and never went back. Like it wasn't no I quit. It wasn't none of that. I just left and never went back. But everybody knew what was going on. The manager texted me. He was like, so did you put in your 2 weeks or was it immediate? I never responded because like I was so over that place and everything that went down in that place. From the shootings to the gun that got in there that they kept trying to hide, to the rats, to the bugs. Like, for one, never in a million years should I be working in a building with no AC for months in Texas. Never should I have to deal with bugs crawling on me, bugs, rats, never should I have to deal with that. 3, okay, I understand a place being ran by kids, okay, give them opportunities, blah, 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 blah. But proper training needed to be done, and it was not done. It was not done. 4, I'm not gonna lie, it was a cool place to work at. Everybody well, not everybody was cool, but the environment was cool from an outsider looking in. But once you put in that position and like you really see what's going on and you know what's really going on, that place was not it. And like, do I regret working there? No. Cause like I said, it got me to where I needed to be. Every day, morning to night. Don't get me wrong, part of it was by choice. Cause like the check was great, you know? At the same time, I was working on graduating early, and I started slacking on my grades and stuff. And like I was never that type of person. And like once that happened, I knew that I couldn't keep working here. And then it'd be like times to where I could ask to get off such and such day. It'll be a problem. I gotta find a replacement. But somebody can just walk up. Can I get off this day? And taking off the schedule right then and there. Like, how does that work? Like, in what book, in what world is that okay? It's not. Like, but I was always wrong for having an attitude up there. And I really didn't care. I was ready to go. And that's exactly what I did. I removed myself out of that situation. That's not that same week or whatever, but like a few weeks later after that, I found out that they cut their hours. Some people that I know up there, they was telling me that they was only working 1 day out the whole month. Like, I left just in time, and I got fed up just in time. So no, I don't regret it. Mentally, it really messed my head up mentally. Like, I wasn't even able to be a teenager. Like, I wasn't able to enjoy my life because I was working it every single day, morning to night. And that part, I regret it because I couldn't live my life working there. Soon as I left, life was great. I was able to do what I wanted to do. I'm still able to do what I want to do. You know, like I'm able to actually live my life now compared to when I was there. I feel like it didn't have to be that way. I feel like the job should have been spread out evenly among everybody who was promoted or everybody who was the same job title as me. But it wasn't. It was not. People was working blase days. They was working whatever days they wanted to type stuff, and it shouldn't have been like that. But again, that's just how it was. People would get promoted because they threatened to quit. People was getting promoted out of favoritism. Their job was not it. It wasn't it. I feel like I'm missing out on some stuff, but if I am, I can always just add it into another video or talk about it in another video. But it ain't gonna be no whole video like this. But that's the end of my story time of when I worked at Six Flags. If you're looking for a job, go ahead. Matter of fact, I don't even think they hire at 15 no more. I've seen something to where it says 16 plus. I don't know. But if you need a job, a part-time job, a side hustle, by all means, go do it. Don't be there. I wouldn't recommend being there for years. Or if you do, don't work every day, because I feel like that's what really burnt me out, working every day in the conditions that I was working in. Not to mention I was dealing with entitled ass guests every single day with people above me who didn't even know what they was talking about. I said what I said though. But yeah, I'm glad I took myself out of that situation. Like mentally it was terrible, and like I keep saying that because my mental is real, it's real big to me, and it really messed with my mental. Like it was this one person up there, we used to talk about that every single day, like, and there's so many people that work there, that work in the same department as me, can relate to this video and can relate to everything that I'm saying. So like it's not like I'm lying or nothing, it's the full truth. But it's just the fact how go up the chain of command, and when we went up the chain of command, it was a problem. That was another one of my breaking points. That's the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back with another video. Period.